Hello again in this installment of Spiritual Wisdom. I'm grateful to all of you who follow me here and to this little community here on YouTube. And if you're new here, welcome, and my name is Nicholas, and on my channel I talk about witchcraft, Wicca, paganism, self-love, and all matter of philosophical and spiritual topics. So if you're interested in those types of things, please subscribe, click the bell icon so you'll be notified each time I post a new video. And if you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. Today I'm going to be talking about, and if you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about finding common ground with Christian beliefs. Now, I was brought up Catholic, but it wasn't a strict Catholic upbringing. But for a time in my life, there was a time where I resonated with Jesus, with the Catholic faith. But as I got older, just that path didn't resonate with me anymore, that religious path. And I started out with Wicca. I had an interest in witchcraft, but I started out in Wicca. And Wicca for a time felt the right fit. And for many time in my practice, I was an eclectic Wiccan witch, someone who followed the Wiccan religion but also practiced witchcraft. Now in my practice, I identify as an eclectic pagan witch, which means I work with pagan deities and have a lot of different pagan beliefs and ideas. Now, I've met some wonderful Christians and I've met Christians but are not so wonderful. But at the end of the day, I respect other people's beliefs. I respect those who follow the Christian path. I respect their beliefs. And sometimes you'll be lucky and you'll meet Christians but are also very respectful of your beliefs. But today I'm going to talk about what common ground can we find. So in the Christian belief, there's the belief in one God. Okay, which is Yahweh, the belief in one God. Now to me, where we'd find common ground with that as a pagan, as a spiritual person, I do believe there's a higher power in the universe. But I don't believe that higher power is just one thing. I believe that God is like an onion, many layers, many names. But there's higher powers in the universe, and all these different higher powers, like Hecate, Aphrodite, these are all different aspects of the divine. So the creator God, what has no true name or face but created all life, to me they are higher power, created all life, all things. But to me God is very much like an onion, many layers, many names. And if you cut that onion in half, or parts of the layers of the onion would be the feminine divine, and the goddesses in history are higher beings in their own right. They represent that feminine divine. And the gods in history, which are beings in their own right, also represent the divine. So these higher beings, like Hecate, she is a goddess, she's a higher being, she's a being in her own right, she's connected to the divine. So I do believe that there's a higher power in the universe, but God, if you like, has many names, many layers, but is still one divinity. So I do believe there's one higher power in the universe, but it's made up of different gods, different beings, and this higher power in the universe has got different aspects to it. So that's where I would find common ground, because Christians believe there's one God, whereas I do believe there's a higher power in the universe, what is one, but the difference is I believe it has many different names and faces, and it, the divine itself has many different faces and names. In the Christian belief, there's also the belief in hell. Now, I don't believe in hell. I don't believe it's an actual place that exists. But I do believe there's punishment on the other side. I do believe that there's other worlds beyond this one, and there's other realms. There's the endless realm, which is the nothingness realm. There's the void. There's certain realms that are not nice places to go and are very negative realms. And some spirits, because they've done wicked and horrible things in this life, they go to the void, or they go to the endless, or they go to one of those realms but are not so nice, and they remain in those realms, and there's certain punishments, and there's certain beings that are gods in their own right would rule over those punishments. So I do believe, like Christians believe there's punishment on the other side, as do I believe that. But at the end of the day, a lot of Christians will say you'll go to hell, things like that. I believe that because there's punishment on the other side, there's certain gods and spirits that rule over that. Rather you await that fate, rather you go to the void, the endless. That's not my place to make. only the gods and the higher powers can decide if you're going to avoid the endless. No human being can make that call. And there's some Christians that are wise, they'll not make that call, but there's other Christians that are foolish, that will say you're going to be punished, you're going to go to hell for doing X, Y and Z, and when they do that, that's the ultimate for blasphemy, because they're playing the role of God, because only God, and I do believe there's punishment on the other side. So that's something that Christians and me as a spiritual person do believe, that there's punishment on the other side. Christians do believe there's limbo, which is a place where certain souls that are lost go to. For me, I believe that limbo exists in the sense, not that it's an actual place, but limbo exists on this earth, where there's spirits that have been wicked and horrible things have happened to them, that there are some souls but unfortunately they died before their time, and they're trapped in a castle, or they're trapped in a mansion or a home. Some spirits, they're trapped in a normal everyday house, and because something wicked and horrible happened to them in this life, or they had a tragic death, or someone was responsible for them having a tragic death and they weren't ready to leave this world and unfinished business. So there's some spirits who are in limbo in the sense they're lost, they're trapped in this earth, and that's their limbo, if that makes sense. So Christians believe that limbo is an actual place, but I don't believe there's an actual place called limbo, but I do believe that spirits are on this earth and they're sort of trapped in this earth, and that's their limbo. So that's where I'd find common ground with Christian beliefs. Now in Christianity, there's also the belief in heaven. I respect those who believe in heaven, but I don't believe in heaven. But I do believe in it as the spirit world. And the spirit world would sort of be my version of heaven, where the spirit world is a place of peace, relaxation, a place where an individual, part of their soul, will live on in the spirit world, and they'll be united with their loved ones, and their soul and their loved one's soul will live on in a part of the spirit world. But there's a part of the soul that's higher, greater, what will be reborn again and reincarnated. Christians don't believe in reincarnation, but I do. But that's where I would find common ground. What they are. Christians believe in heaven. My version of that would be the spirit world. Christians do believe in limbo. My version of that would be the spirits that are trapped on earth. And then Christians believe in hell, which is sort of a punishment. I don't believe in hell, but I do believe there's a punishment on the other side. I do believe that. When it comes to the devil, Christians believe in the devil. To me, the devil does not exist, but the devil only exists as an egivore. Egivores are beings, and I'll talk about the devil in a later video, my thoughts on the devil, but the devil only exists if you believe in the devil as an egivore. So a lot of people do believe in the devil, they're afraid of the devil, and that fear, that mass belief, makes something exist, because our thoughts create certain beings. So to the devil is not an actual entity or being that exists, but it exists as an egivore. So the mass belief and fear of the devil makes that being exist. The fear, the vision that people have of the devil in their mind makes that being exist. Just like an egivore, for example, one positive example of an egivore would be Santa Claus. So a lot of children believe in Santa Claus, parents kid on Santa Claus exists, so therefore children have got an idea of what Santa Claus looks like, and certain parents who were once children themselves, that mass belief that children have and the mass talk about it makes that being exist. So again, when it comes to Christianity, with every path in life, there's religious paths, there's spiritual paths. To me, there's no right or wrong path in life. This is something Hegarty's taught me. There's no right or wrong path. As human beings, we want to find the right path, the true path. We want to find that. But in reality, there's no right or wrong religious or spiritual path. We, the individual, decide what path is right for us. So we all decide, we all walk a path, because for us, we feel that's the right path. And in order to get the right path, we must listen to our inner voice, because it's your heart, your inner voice, what tells you what path's right for you. But when it comes to Christian beliefs, I believe there's some truth in Christianity. Some of it, don't agree with all of it. There's some truth, there's some wisdom in the Bible, there's some truth in the Christian path, the Jewish, Muslim path, there's some truth. And every path in the world, every religion in the world has some elements of truth. And sometimes you can look at what an individual believes and then what they believe exists, but not in the way that tradition believes in it. And I hope this makes sense. For example, I hope it makes sense because I hope it makes sense, it resonates, and I respect all beliefs, all religions, and it's my belief that all paths have some element of truth in it, but there's no one path in life that's wholly true, wholly right. There's not one way of doing things. There are many ways to doing things, many ways of looking at something, and we all find what's right for us, because there's no right or wrong path. There's only the path where the individual finds right. And what that is for me, what that is for you will be different. And we find that out by listening to our heart, our intuition, and our voice. Until next time, stay safe, stay wise, stay magical and witchy. Blessed be.